Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Fallen London. Today we're going to be carrying on with the exceptional story, A Life of Clay. And in the last episode we advanced quite a lot of people's storylines by quite a way, and I think... Do I need to go to the square? Let's play with Bernard. That's a perfect place to start this, isn't it? Yeah, it's good, he's loyal. Let's observe life on Chalcedony Square here. Midday? We need to wake up the man on the bench. That's one of the few things that I kind of remember. Okay, looks like I need to do stuff on the actual square. So let's go to the square. And can I do anything now? We can approach Polliver at his ablutions. Oh, do I need to inspect the clock? I need to make it so they bump into each other again. Let's tamper with the clock. And... oh, can I not tamper with the clock? Hang on a minute. You have no reason to tamper with the clock at the moment. You should return when you do. After all, what sort of gremlin or jackanape would tamper with a clock just for the sake of it? And why? To see the lives of those around them thrown into disarray, to make people late for work, early for appointments, to disadvantage, to discommode, to discombobulate. For the pure, railing joy of unleashing chaos onto the world. Surely no one would ever do such a thing. No, obviously never. Oh, what? I guess I just need to, start from the beginning. So let's just observe life a few times. We'll make it into the evening, and then it should be go to bed, begin a new day. Okay, here we go. If I go to the square, can I mess with the clock first thing in the morning? No. Okay, so I don't need to do that. I just need to... well, it's Applewick and Chope, right? Let's go speak to Chope. Is there anything we can do here? Here we go. Consult Mr. Chope about reviving Mr. Burke. His mood has been sour since his confrontation with Applewick. You again, says Chope sourly. I don't want... You tell him Polliver may know a way to revive Mr. Burke. He stops talking. You explain the process and how the odds will be improved if both he and Applewick are present. You also explain the need for things that are familiar and meaningful to Mr. Burke. 8 o'clock, says Chope. That is the hour we should do this. It meant something to him. When all is prepared, I will be ready. Okay, do I need to talk to Applewick as well? Waste some time on the square. Let's talk to Applewick. I don't know if we have to. Aha, here we go. Inform Applewick of Polliver's proposed treatment for Mr. Burke. His face is graven with concentration as he listens. Applewick listens as you explain the treatment. The tones, the presence of he and Mr. Chope. The need for things that Mr. Burke would find familiar to cling to. I think I know just the thing, he rumbles. For this to work, it is necessary for both I and Mr. Chope to be present. It is. I will bide my tongue. I suppose I can tolerate him for this. Tell me when you're ready. Right, the only other person I think we needed to talk to was Crispin. Because I needed his voice. Aha! Ask Crispin to assist with the treatment of Mr. Burke. Polliver tells you his voice is capable of producing the catholic tones that the procedure requires. Crispin nods. Polliver has spoken to me about the treatment. I did not know Mr. Burke, but if I can help, I will. Though I do not know that I will be up to the task. Polliver seems to have a great deal of confidence in me. I do not know why. You remain judiciously quiet on the matter, and inform Crispin that Polliver will summon him when things are in place. Okay, let's begin a new day. and nightmares are dropping. Well, no one's knocked on my door. Speed Bernard. Go to the square? Anything new here? Ah, here we go. Wait for evening and perform the treatment for Mr. Burke. Everything is ready. The inhabitants of Chalcedony Square are gathered. Crispin, awkward and self-conscious, looking for Polliver for support. Polliver instructing him on what is required. Applewick and Mr. Chope stood apart, turned away from one another. Applewick carries something long and thin, wrapped in tarpaulin. Chope checks his pocket watch. It's nearly 8. Polliver begins to organise everyone. Mr. Chope, please sit here, on one side of the patient, and Applewick on the other. Good. The hour you recommended approaches, Mr. Chope. Applewick, you've brought something too? I see. An oar. No, if it has meaning to Mr. Burke, that's all that matters. Lay it across your laps as if you were rowing. Now, forgive this undignified but necessary step. He taps a tuning fork on Burke's head, producing a clear note, and presses it to Crispin's throat. You feel it? Then begin, as low as you can. Crispin hums a note that you feel in the sockets of your teeth, in the roots of your optic nerves, in the beds of your nails. The clock chimes 8, and out row the 3 little clay men in their little brass boat, all pulling on a brass oar. A shudder passes through Mr. Burke. His eyes snap open, wide and panicked. He clutches for the first thing he can find, the oar, and grips it as if he were drowning. His voice comes from a deep place, his stony lips unmoving. Applewick? Chope? We are here, cries Mr. Chope. Both of us, says Applewick. I've been chasing deeper and deeper thoughts, down ever winding, even stranger paths, intones Burke. I had not thought there was a way back. Polliver leans forward. You will not have long, Mr. Burke. We will give you your privacy. You did marvellously, Polliver tells Crispin, as you all move away. His hand closes on Crispin's, whose closes back. You look back at the 3 brothers. A hand is touched to a stone cheek. Foreheads nudge together. The clock continues to tick, not accelerating, not slowing. It takes the one thing left. Time. Because that is what it was made to do. Eventually, the little brass effigies complete their circumnavigation and withdraw into their hatch. Mr. Burke bows his head again and is still. They had so little time, whispers Crispin. Should I try again? It would not work, Polliver tells him. He is gone deeper now and cannot be reached. What did the brothers say? Perhaps it doesn't matter. The words are only decoration, a coat of paint applied over the truth of the moment. That this is goodbye. For words do not exist to describe the understanding that you will never see someone again, that you will never again speak to them, or laugh with them, or learn from them, that the memory of them, their face, their voice, will dim with disuse, that they will never again annoy you, however much you might want them to, or comfort you, or need you, that you will never again know they are in the room the way you once knew, even without looking, because they have gone to other, farther rooms, and you cannot follow them. It does not matter what is said to pry apart that approaching absence. It only matters, did you have a chance to say it? To say those things that you would always regret not saying. 2 days later, there is a funeral. In the case of claymen who have sunk into themselves as Mr. Burke did, a funeral is a simple affair. They are carried, in this case, by Applewick on one side and Mr. Chope on the other, with Polliver and Crispin following behind, to the quiet quarter, where they are set at rest. And now we have a choice to attend or not attend. Let's attend. You didn't know Mr. Burke, but you did after all play the part. You accompany the humble progression to a distant, dusty cavern, forested with still clay men, standing or sitting, with bowed heads and chins on hands, with brows creased in thought, as if at any moment they might shrug, stretch, and go on with their lives. A handful of clay visitors are there, paying respects to quiet that they knew. Your group finds a sheltered corner of the cave with a stone shelf for Mr. Burke to sit on, and sets him in place. Applewick lays a wreath of mushrooms at his feet. Mr. Chope leaves it alone. And that is all. Some days after the funeral, you hear the heavy tread of the Clay Coalman on the stair. He has returned. Now let's welcome him home. Bernard is beside himself. I find the square much changed. Mr. Burke is gone. I saw Chope and Applewick conversing. Crispin has emerged from his home. Polliver plays the violin, and the two of them seem close. He does something alarming with his face. You think he's wiggling his eyebrows. I knew you were the right person. Thank you. Also, I brought you a present. He produces a chaotically wrapped parcel and places it on the table. I do not know what it is, but when I saw it, I thought immediately of you. A primeval hint. Wonderful. It's time to leave Chalcedony Square, but perhaps you'd like to say goodbye to the residents first. Let's say goodbye to Bernard. How will he take your departure? After greeting the Coalman happily and scuttling up his broad clay back to perch on one shoulder, Bernard returns to plonk himself comfortably on your feet. He has grown accustomed to you and your time together. Think he's going to miss you, the Coalman observes fondly. We go to the square and say goodbye to these people? Speak with Crispin? Let's say goodbye to Crispin. His apartment is decorated now, a sort of warm, brushed ochre. Notably, it contains 2 chairs. Polliver is around most evenings. It was good to meet you. Things are much changed since you arrived. I think I owe you my thanks. And look, he points at his windowsill, where you see a freshly engraved word, Barber Stills. A single tally mark is next to it. You ask how Polliver is. He is beautiful, Crispin answers, his heart polished bright as diamond. I have been thinking about visiting the city above, he adds. It has been a long time since I've seen it. Perhaps I will see you there. Speak to Polliver? Say goodbye? He smiles as you approach, no longer swaddled inescapably in thoughts of work. I do believe I'll miss you, he says, firmly shaking your hand. But it is probably time you got back to your own life. Who knows what Chalcedony Square would look like if you stayed another week, and I think I like things as they are at the moment. And how is Crispin? You ask innocently. I'm thinking of taking him to Tyrant Gardens for a picnic, and then perhaps a concert. Applewick? And you see him. He has a backpack slung over one shoulder. I'm packing my things, he says with a lopsided grin, heading back to Z. He doesn't want to stay now things are better with Chope? Go, I'll visit. But the differences between old Chope and I haven't gone anywhere. If I stayed, we'd soon rub each other up the wrong way again. And I've been away from the Z for too long. I need a deck under my feet. I'm not as slow as I look, you know. I know what you did for us, moving the pieces about. And I'm grateful. He turns away. Maybe I'll see you on the waters. Possible. Let's converse with the lonely Mr. Chope. Oh, that's sad. He may appreciate the company. Bid farewell. He is examining Mr. Burke's old lithery with an assessing eye. Are you off? Well, I can't say I won't be a little relieved. There's been quite enough excitement around here, which all mysteriously began the moment you arrived. You ask how things are with Applewick. Tolerable. He's leaving soon and has given me the lithery. I'm considering reopening it. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a little more liveliness on the square. He checks his pocket watch. Well, I must be getting on. Good day to you. Fair enough. Let's return to the apartment. And inevitably bid goodbye to the Coalman, pack your belongings, and return to London. It is time to leave Chalcedony Square. You feed Bernard a parting grub and scratch his carapace. He bumps against you like an affectionate battering ram. Shaking the Coalman's hand, you descend the stairs from his apartment and cross the square. You pass the clock and the well, the empty seat where Mr. Burke once sat. Mr. Chope is checking the time on his clock. He gives you a nod. Applewick is whistling a Z shanty in his apartment. At the other end of the square, Crispin and Polliver are bat spotting. There, was that one? Polliver exclaims, pointing at a swooping bat. No, Crispin says, patting him fondly on the back. That is a common or garden lesser horseshoe. Oh. You leave the square behind and transverse the quiet confines of the clay quarters, back to the cellar, back to the stair, back to the cobbles, and the chimneys and the barkers and lamplighters, to the urchin-flitted rooftops and the handsome rattled streets, back to London, where rises the great dome of the bazaar, afire with evening correspondence. It is good to be home. Oh, an opportunity card will be available in London and provide a short epilogue. Hang on. Let's just ignore all that quite quickly. Hang on. Can I get this card? The investment from that other exceptional story is still paying off. Give me my money. Yeah, my lady. No, these are not. These are dreams about cider. Flight invitation? No. It appears that I am insanely unlucky and cannot pull the epilogue. I guess what I'll do is I'll go edit this video, and if in that period it comes up, I shall splice it in here. But thank you all so much for watching. I enjoyed that exceptional story quite a lot. It was a very bizarre one. A lot of clicking back and forward, but I think overall the story was quite interesting. I hope you also enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Your comments are greatly appreciated. Thank you again to the members of the channel and the coffee supporters. It really does mean the world to me. And as always, I'll see you next time.